Peace to the gods, everyone. Peace to the gods. You already know. This is Artists of Truth. And welcome to my vlog. This is a beautiful day. I'm out at the beach. It's incredible out here, like for real. It's like you can see the sand is just amazing. You know what I'm saying? This is nature. You know, this is nature at its purest form. So, all right, let me go ahead and just go ahead and cut to the chase real quick. As you all can see, you know, I want to touch back on the whole Ice Cube and how I like how the media is like really seriously doing, you know, a whack, shallow-minded, pathetic bias, you know. Well, maybe I don't know if I should use the term bias. That's just so they're one-sided. So, of course, you know, CNN had this interview lined up with Cube, and then all of a sudden they canceled it for, you know, whatever reasons. But, you know, honestly, I don't care. You know, I don't care to know what reason, you know, because I already know it's bullshit. CNN, you know, CNN is most definitely on some bullshit. You know, it's like that CNN building downtown Atlanta got tore up a good bit. I'm like, shit, maybe they need their ass tore up again. It's like, I don't know. But so, you know, Cube came out with a plan. Ice Cube came up with a plan for Black America. He was contacted by the Democrats and the Republicans on this particular contract. And I thought it was pretty goddamn solid, you know. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I felt it was pretty goddamn solid for him to take that initiative and just step up and say, you know what, I'm gonna utilize my platform. You know, I'm gonna utilize my platform and my position, my wealth, put my reputation out there for Black America. Now, shit, I commend Ice Cube for what he has done. I really do. I commend Ice Cube for what he has done. You know, honestly, shit, that's much more than, that's so much more than what I can, that I really can say for for any black American that's running off at the mouth, just all talk and really not doing anything, you know. So for any of those black celebrities out there, you got something to say about Cube, you're not in a position to even say anything about Cube and what he chose to do. You're not even in a position to say anything about Cube. I was like, this brother, he knows what the struggle is like. He didn't get brand new like Keisha Cole and then just started changing and shit. It's like, no, he ain't do that shit. Cube has always been that dude. And I respect him for him being loyal to himself and loyal to the black community. But anyway, I'm hearing a lot of backlash, coming at Cube and everything. And I'm not even gonna lie, I feel personally that's crazy, man. It's like, for real. But most of all, it seems like the people who are complaining, the Negroes that are complaining, are the same Negroes that are bitch crying and complaining about police brutality, inequality, the job losses, and it's just a plethora of things that we have issues collectively, black America, we have issues with, and I'm like, after hearing, I'm hearing so many comments about, oh, Cube is a sellout, Cube is, he's a Trump supporter and everything. I was like, really? I'm hearing all these crazy ass excuses about, well, Cube is, Cube isn't, he isn't for us and this, that, and the fifth. Look, let me just go ahead and put it on out there. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. You feel me? You can't please everybody, especially Negroes. I'm understanding. Well, I've always understood that shit. I just honestly just didn't give, I honestly didn't give a flying fuck. You can't please Negroes. Negroes, they know they're not perfect, but they want something perfect. They want something that everything is just going to work out for each and every individual. That's not how life is. We can't have our cake and eat it too. You can't always have it that way. But I'm greatly appalled because black folks are jumping out here, Negroes are jumping out here saying, oh, Cube is, he's MAGA and this, that, and the fifth. And see, I understand a lot of the Negroes that are running off at their mouth, they're not doing any research. And second of all, they're not thinking for themselves. You feel me? They're not thinking for themselves anyway. Y'all Negroes got to understand this is a game of chess. This isn't no fucking checkers. And I understand, and I get it. There's a lot of Negroes that don't even know how to play, that don't know even how to play checkers. They don't even know how to play checkers. So, if they don't know how to play checkers, they are so far gone when it comes to chess. Because, see, chess is a strategy game. Let me explain something to you Negroes. First and foremost, don't get in your feelings. All right? Don't get in your feelings. First and foremost, you need to look up what the definition of strategy is. Because some of y'all niggas don't even know how to strategize shit. And I know this to be true. Niggas don't have no fucking strategy. If niggas gonna bust a move on somebody, they don't strategize shit. Negroes like to put their fucking business all out on social media, you know, keyboard gangster and taking all these stupid ass pictures, and it's like, nigga, you ain't got no fucking strategy. Niggas will turn around and bust on another black man or woman or even a child, but these coward ass Negroes won't even go out here and bust on these racist, dirty ass cops. They won't go out here and bust on bust on these racist individuals that are right there in your face. It's like y'all don't do any fucking thing. You know, so as far as I'm concerned, y'all Negroes are a fucking joke. I'm just gonna put it on out there. Fuck your feelings. Your mama should have swallowed you, and your daddy should have nutted in your mama's ass. I'm just gonna keep it real like that, because I'm very, very much disgusted with the Negroes at this point. Because the Negroes want something, you know, they want to try and get something, you know, something, how should I say it? Negroes want something for nothing, meaning of which they want something to be given to them, but they're not even willing to work for shit for themselves. You know, they just too busy looking for a fucking handout. No, Negroes, you ain't getting no fucking handout. Point blank, period. I'm like, shit, you want something? You gotta get out there and work for it. How bad you want it? But getting back to Cube, man, you know, the media put shit out there, and by Negroes not knowing how to read, research, or even examine, you know, or ask the question, well, why is Cube working with Trump? All right. So as I stated just a few minutes ago, Cube presented a contract. He presented a contract, a plan for Black America. Check this shit out. For those, you know, for those of you part of that Me Too movement and the Black Lives Matter shit, this is how it should be done. Ice Cube's plan is for Black America. Ice Cube never said, oh, this is just for heterosexual males or heterosexual females, or, you know, he said Black America, period. So whether you are homosexual, lesbian, a transsexual, whatever the hell you are, like, guess what? He's thinking about you as well. He's not dividing like the rest of these movements are. But I see it, you know, Negroes love to jump on the Black Lives Matter movement, not realizing that shit, that doesn't include every damn body. It excludes black men. But hey, you know, their mission statement just keeps changing up every once in a while. I guess when they start, you know, when people start reading into their shit and dissecting what they're posting, what they're saying, then they go back and make the changes. I'm just like, yo, man, get out of my face with that shit. Like, for real. But it was it's like, why y'all mad? You know, like, seriously, why are y'all mad at Cube? I was like, because as far as I'm concerned, Cube is the only one. He's not even in politics. He's not. We've known Cube from NWA, you know, Boys in the Hood. Anyone who knows Cube or has been following his career, you should already know. Shit. Cube is who he is, you know? Cube is who he is. He never changed up on anybody. Cube didn't get famous and then forget. You know, he never got famous and forget who he was and where he came from, like some Negroes do, you know? You got some Negro celebrities, they forget where they came from, and then they just leave. They don't come back. They don't do anything remotely beneficial for their own, you know, for the community or the city that they were raised in. It's very few. But no, man. Q put that contract out, and he was just like, he said it before. He was like, man, I'll work with anybody. Anyone who's willing to, anyone who's willing to work with me to get this contract for Black America in full motion, like I'll work with him. So what I'm noticing is, god damn, yo. So the Democrats, Biden's campaign, they want to put Cube and Black America contract off until after the election. So let me tell you firsthand real quick how full of shit Biden's campaign is. First and foremost, Biden and Kamala Harris, they are both pandering to the black vote. You saw that shit on the Breakfast Club with Kamala Harris, lying through her damn teeth. She couldn't even get her damn story straight. Lied about that shit, pandering. And then all of a sudden, here comes Joe Biden. He comes on the fucking Breakfast Club too, pandering, saying, if you don't vote for me, you're not black enough. And I'm looking at him thinking to myself like, you old racist piece of shit. How the fuck you gonna say, hey, get the fuck out of here. Like, go ahead and die already, period. You gotta understand, you gotta realize something, that you have to listen to what people are saying. Because a lot of times people are telling you exactly who they are and how they feel. They're telling you this. Now, it's not anyone else's fault. It's not anyone else's fault if you don't catch the message. That's your fault. That's no one else's fault to break shit down for your level of understanding, because you just want to follow what the media says. And you got to remember, the media will sit up there and lie to you too. Yeah, it does. They'll give you a little truth in order to lure you in. Once they got you, they start bombarding you with misinformation. They take some of the truthful information and then they take words out and add words in and then twist it and then feed it right back to you. And then what happens? A lot of black Americans, they take that information, they run with it, they get in their feelings, they get very, very emotional, extremely emotional. I was like, wow, you get extremely emotional, but you're missing the solid facts, Politics is a game of chess, Politics is a game of chess. It's not checkers, It's not checkers at all. If you don't know how to strategize, then you fucked. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for us building with our own people, because it has to be done. It has to be done. Because if not, we will consistently feel as if in order for us to exist in this world, we will start to feel a level of dependency on this government. And when they start recognizing that, they be like, yo, they need us. Oh, okay, well, since you need us, all right, well, we're going to give you, rights and privileges. A lot of those rights and privileges we're paying for. Like, why should we be paying for rights and privileges that we naturally already have, and they belong to us anyway. But that's on a whole common law tip. I know Negroes ain't studying much on that. They're not reading much into it. They're too busy being distracted and entertained by irrelevant shit on television, whether it's sports, whether it's reality TV shows, music videos. It's like, yo, y'all get distracted by that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I sat back and I really listened to Ice Cube's plan, and honestly, I can't knock it. Matter of fact, we shouldn't knock it. But everyone feels like, oh, Q went with Trump. No, he didn't. He was shit. He put that out there. He put that contract out there. He made it known before he even put that contract out. He was like, shoot, I work with anybody, Democrats or Republicans. Y'all Democrats really should be pissed as fuck at Biden and Kamala Harris because they didn't jump to the contract. And let me tell you why they didn't jump to the contract. It's because, first and foremost, let me explain something to you. Contracts are king, all right? You can write up a contract, and if the contract is written up thoroughly, you can hold someone accountable to that contract, and they can't get out of it. Once they sign it, they sign that contract, that's it. They are an obligation of performing, and they agree to perform specific duties in that contract. So, me personally, I don't see anything wrong with what Ice Cube did. I don't. My issue is with Black America. I'm like, shit, this man's he's doing this for us. He's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk. I'm like, so a lot of you Negroes should be bowing down and showing mad love and respect to him. Because I don't know about you, who else is doing it? That's what I really want to know. Who else is doing it? Is there any black man or a woman that came up with this genius idea? Because previously in another vlog I said that. I was like, shit, you need to come up with a contract. In that contract, you can hold these individuals accountable. And if they don't perform, then it's like, yeah. Now, you gotta be a man of, you have to be a man and a woman of your word. And if you're not, that's a bad look. That's really and seriously a bad look. But the Biden and Kamala Harris, they want to put that shit off until after the election. I was like, why you want to put this shit off after the election? I was like, shit, you're already out here pandering for black votes. I'm like, shit, when Q came up with with that contract for Black America, if y'all was smart, Kamala Harris and pedophile Joe Biden, y'all would have jumped on that shit. Soon as you would have gotten word, y'all should have been like right there at his door, like, yo, we want to talk to you about this contract. Let's go ahead, let's get this going. But what happened? They put it off. That's not Q's fault. That's not Q's fault. Because he made it quite clear. He's like, he'll work with anybody. So anybody means Democrats or Republicans. Again, Democrats or Republicans. So he made that known from the jump. I'm sorry, y'all niggas didn't hear that shit because y'all were too busy listening to wet ass pussy and on edge about going, seeing football games and shit. I'm like, shit, that's just, it serves us no purpose. Because shit, when the game is over, when the music stops, reality sets back in. And your situation, your situation still hasn't changed. It's still the same way. So I'm like, y'all mad at Q? You really should be mad at your goddamn self. You really should be mad at your goddamn selves, and you should be mad at Kamala Harris and, and that pedophile Joe Biden. Because the message is very, very fucking clear. The message is very fucking clear. They're not trying to give you anything. They just want you to go out there and support them, go to the voting polls and check them off and say, yeah, I'm voting for, I'm voting for Biden and Kamala Harris. I got into a little brief conversation and I realized how stupid the individual was that I was communicating with. I just had to stop, immediately. Because not only was he greatly emotional, but he was missing the point that we have been voting for a very long time. When we were granted the right to vote was in 65. So you telling me from 65 up until now, people that we've rallied behind, that we've given our vote to, we utilize our voices and rally behind someone else, it's like, what have we really gotten from that? We haven't gotten anything. Black economics, we still sleeping on that shit. Brother Boyce Watkins spoke about black economics. Brother Clark spoke about black economics. And guess what? A lot of us, we're still not paying attention. We're still in our emotions about who we're voting for and why should we vote for them. I'm just like, you're not looking at the big picture. Yeah, I get it. You want to go and vote on, the local level. All right, cool. I'm like, that's your right. That's your right. I know someone was like, well, shit, did you go vote? I was like, nope. They was like, well, you shouldn't be talking. I was like, that's where you're wrong. I was like, shit, whether I vote or not, I still got my voice. I still have my right to say whatever the fuck I can say. That's what you geniuses, so-called geniuses, keep forgetting. That is a natural right. Just because I don't vote, what? You think I'm supposed to shut my mouth? I was like, nah. I was like, shit, I have my constitutional right. So I still can talk even if I don't go out here and vote. I can still talk about these whack politicians. I still can talk about them as I see fit. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of moving around, my bad, because I'm all out here in the water. Oh my gosh, you see this? Do you see this? Look at this. Look at this. Oh man, this is beautiful. Right now, I don't even care about getting my daggone jogging pants wet. I just throw them in the dry. Shit, I was walking out here going to the currents, the waves. But yeah, man. It's like, God damn, boy, I tell you, loving your own people, that shit is complicated sometimes, because black folks, I ain't gonna lie, negros, they be wanting shit, but they're not willing to go out here and work. They want someone else to bring about the change for them, not realizing that shit, you have the power to create change in your own life. Like, do you really need the government to make your life better? Or can you make your own life better for yourself? See, if you just steady sitting around looking for a handout, shit ain't coming. There's more to life than just being entertained and having your mind programmed to think and react a certain way. I used to do that shit too, until I realized that it was time consuming. It was just a waste, And it was depressing. After a while, you get tired of this shit, man. You really do. You really do. So, no, I'm not going to spend too much time on the topic, but it needs to be said, y'all. Like, for real. I'm just being real. It needs to be said. Black America, we got a brother that's standing up for Black America as a whole body, not just separate, but as a whole body. And it's like, goddamn, a black man steps up, and it's just like niggas turn around and knock him down because a party, one particular party, beat another party to the punch. Now everyone's like, oh, Cuba's a Trump supporter, and this, that, and the fifth. We got to get Trump out of the office. I'm like, okay, so my thing is, and I need answers. Leave your comments below. But I really need answers, honest answers. I don't care right now. I don't care how you say it or what you say to me, because I'm really not offended by that insult shit. But say, for instance, Biden and Kamala Harris gets into the White House. All right? Say, for instance, they actually get in. And then Black America is 2 years into the presidency. Black America is still looking like still waiting, still looking for this change and this plan, because this plan that allegedly Biden has is nothing more than a plan that's been recycled by the Obama administration. I skimmed over that, and I was like, dang, this is very, very familiar. But oh well, But think about it for a moment. If he gets in and he doesn't perform to a lot of Democrats' expectations, what y'all gonna do afterwards? Are you gonna do the same thing that you're doing right now? Talk about, oh, we gotta get Biden out of the house. We gotta get Biden out of the house. We can't take another 4 years of Biden. Biden isn't, he lied to he lied to Black American. Back to the same old broken ass record, huh? What y'all gonna do then? What y'all gonna say at that point? Democrats have repeatedly shown time and time again they don't have the best interests of Black America. They don't. And I get it. I'm like, shit. Hell, we've had Republicans in the House with the same mindset. But with, for some reason with Trump, and this is just me, because again, I wasn't a Trump supporter. Shit, still not. But I gotta respect that man. Like, because he's running the country like a fucking business. That's exactly what he's doing. He's running this country like a business. Now, whether or not you agree with it or not, it's just whatever. If you don't agree, then okay, cool. But I'm looking at the broad picture. Like, shit. Creating jobs, helping small businesses. Because I know shit. He sure enough helped mine. God damn, he helped mine. I was just like, shit, I've never gotten any money, any free money. And I'm not talking about no little $1,200. I ain't get that shit. But to receive what I received was a first, because I never received any sort of business, no business credit. I never got any funding from the government for my business at all. Not even during the Obama administration. I never got that stuff. Even though I applied for it, I wasn't approved. I was just like, well, shit, damn. But see, I was out here, I'm out here rallying behind Obama. And I'm like, damn, I rallied behind Obama. It was just like, I never got anything out of it. In Black America, if you are really and truly honest with yourself, you would say the same shit. I mean, Obama was, he was and is a still distinguished gentleman. He doesn't categorize himself as black, but, he is still a distinguished gentleman. And he has always remained consistent like that. So I can't take that level of respect from him at all. But what I will say is I never received anything tangible or of value from his administration. So it's like, if you don't get it, if you let me give you an example. Would you work for someone for free? Obviously, hell no, Phil. I'm not going to work for someone for free. It's like, if I'm working for them, I expect to be paid for my work, for my energy. And you are absolutely right. You are entitled to that. No different than when these politicians get out here and they want your vote, the black vote. I hear a lot of, I heard people say, well, there ain't no such thing as a black agenda. Fuck you. You just stupid as fuck, and you're not willing to acknowledge what we really need. Like, yo, man. This shit is, it's a mess. It's just a big old ball of mess. But who's willing to work for free and not get anything from it? No one in America is willing to work for free and not get paid. It's like, come on, man. So if you're not willing to go to your job right now and say, you know what, I'm not going to clock in, I'm working for free. Ain't nobody doing that shit. Like, come on, man. Ain't nobody doing none of that shit. Nobody getting out here working for no damn free and not get paid. So that's the same mindset that Ice Cube has. He's like, shit, you want our vote? Our vote is valuable to you? Okay, then. Make it worth our while. Here's a contract. What you gonna do? You gonna barbecue a mildew. What the fuck you gonna do? And that was like the realest, the most realest, coldest shit ever to be said by someone who's not a politician. But they, it's like shit, they from the slums. They from the bottom. They know what the struggle looks like, feels like, and tastes like. So, in closing, got these shoppers flying all around and stuff. So, to anyone who feels indifferent about what Cube has put out and who was just quick enough to grab onto the shit, don't be mad at Cube. Cube is just a messenger for for us, for Black America. He's just a messenger. How the fuck you gonna shoot the messenger for delivering a message that quite obviously a lot of you Negroes ain't even out here trying to do? Y'all not doing this shit. A lot of Negroes just want to get pandered to, and like a sister that I follow on the gram, Sister Megan, not D Stallion. D Stallion is not mentally, it's not advanced in knowing jack shit about politics. Like, she'll just get out there and embarrass herself. So we ain't even gonna go on to that. But the sister I'm referring to, her name is Megan. Her Instagram is posted, is going to be posted right up under mine. But the sister, she made a real valid point. She was like, you know what? She asked the question, what do you Negroes want? Like, seriously. It's like, do you enjoy getting your ass beat? Do you enjoy being not treated equally and fairly? He was like, because you he didn't have to come up with no plan for Black America. He didn't have to do that shit. But it was quite obvious nobody else was doing the shit either. So he implemented a plan, a contract by Black America, and presented it, and was willing to present this to the Democrats, the Republicans, whosoever was willing to jump on it. He was going to roll with it. He said that. He was like, but niggas want to get mad because of who jumped on it. They want to get mad at Q. It's like, how? It's like, what y'all Negroes want? I think, I'm starting to believe that Negroes just want to bitch, cry, and complain, and still want to stay in that same boat and not go anywhere. See, Negroes are the anchor to you. Negroes are the anchor to this ship. Black America, Negroes are the anchor right now. So instead of us being capable of floating out to sea where we really need to be, making progressive changes not only for ourselves but the generation to come, it's like, as long as you got the Negroes as the anchor, guess what's going to happen? Oh boy, that was a long one. Guess what the fuck's going to happen? We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. There's not going to be any form of progression for us at all. It's not. All because the Negroes want to bitch, cry, and complain. But the same Negroes ain't even trying to help themselves. They just want to stay anchored exactly where they are. They don't want change. Change requires work. Change requires time and energy. And if you're not willing to invest that time and energy into creating change, not only for yourselves, your offsprings, your household, your community, and Black America, then don't say anything. Y'all keep your mouth closed. Y'all really should be keeping your fucking mouths closed, because you ain't doing shit. You most definitely should not be saying nothing. Like, what the fuck you talking about? I support Q. I appreciate him. Like, hey, I'm gonna continue putting my message out and putting the information out because the people need to hear it. So, in the meantime, in between time, I'll talk with you later. Stay in love, protect yourselves, and protect your family. All right? Peace to the God.